Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And I will say this, I mean, if you go to a grocery store or if you go to a diner in Jersey and you talk to anyone, they'll tell you why we lost. The Democratic Party was seen as too liberal and too out of touch with the things that people actually care about. That's why we lost. I think that we're trying to sit and put some kind of fancy bow on it and say it was this moment that things went wrong. If Democrats want to move back into a posture of being a governing majority party, we need to suddenly start talking about things people actually care about. You don't need 200 pages to say that. So I'm glad this is over. It's time to turn the page. Things are looking good for Democrats in November, and that's what we should focus on.
Maybe a couple more mentions of Joe Biden?
Maybe, although I really hope they don't listen to John, because I feel like he's got a better sense than what I saw in that report. The conclusions, no conclusion. That was it.
Guys, thanks so much.
Yes, my friends, welcome to the I Can't Believe It's Friday Already edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. I'm glad to be with you. The voice you heard was former Biden senior advisor John McCarthy. He was on Fox talking about this big election autopsy that was released yesterday. And we have other people, Rahm Emanuel, Jared Moskowitz, and others. But there's been so much news that has broken since yesterday, I don't know how much of it we'll be able to get to. We have 25 audio bites today. And the news came pouring in so much afterwards that, again, I don't know how much of this stuff we're going to be able to get to. Some of the news, a judge, as soon as you hear that, it's a federal judge, you know what's coming most of the time. The human smuggling case against MS-13 gangbanger Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that's the guy that Van Hollen, his Margaritaville buddy, the case has been dropped. The human trafficking case. U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw from Nashville, ruling from Nashville, dismissed the case for selective or vindictive prosecution. It's astounding. The ruling amounted to an extraordinary rebuke of the Justice Department that under President Donald Trump has repeatedly been accused of targeting defendants for political purposes. So, targeting a gangbanger who is here illegally doesn't pass muster. Oh, it's vindictive, according to this judge, to go after the gangbanger. Oh, by the way, Carlos, who won the game last night? It must be the other people because I haven't heard anything about it.
The mayor, because she was there.
Did he buy his tickets? Did he buy one of those 7,500 seats?
We bought his tickets.
You bought his tickets. There you go. Wait a minute. So they won? Yep. So how many more games do they have to win?
2.
6 to win the championship.
So they got to. Wait a minute.
2 to win this season.
They have to 2 more to get out of this, and then they face somebody else.
Yes.
I'm sorry, those of you that don't live in the New York area. It's been like almost 90 years. No, not that, because I was a child when they won the championship. I was a little kid. But it's been like a long time since...
53
years since New York had something to talk about with basketball, and I'm more amazed at the ticket prices than the basketball of it. How much they're charging people to get in to see the game. It's just amazing. Never heard of basketball tickets costing $7,000+ a piece until now. It's for not even the championship game.
Lakers games are worse.
What do you mean Lakers games are worse?
Yeah.
How much do they cost?
$16,000 for courtside.
Wait a minute. You're telling me to go to a single game to see the Lakers, it's like $15,000 to go courtside?
Mm-hmm.
And people pay it?
Yeah, you're going to be sitting next to a star.
You'll be sitting next to a star. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Carlos, have you ever heard of the movie Debbie Does Dallas? You never heard of that movie. TJ, have you ever heard of the movie Debbie Does Dallas? Unfortunately. Do you know what well, Carlos, since you have never heard of it, do a quick Google search. It'll tell you, never mind, don't. Anyway, there might be a new movie coming out soon. Instead of Debbie Does Dallas, it'll be called Debbie Does Dolezal. What do you mean, oh my God? Debbie Does Dolezal. I'm sure that they're working on the script right now such that it is. Debbie Does Dolezal. That is because today we got word, ladies and gentlemen, that Democrat Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz announced that she is going to be seeking re-election in the 20th Congressional District. Now, here's the deal. The 20th Congressional District is what is called in political parlance these days a black district. Oh, you should have seen Carlos's face. Oh, that was priceless. Yes, my friends. So like Rachel Dolezal, who pretended to be black, Debbie Does Dolezal is now, and you know who is this? You know who this district was the Congress representative? It was no better person than former Democrat Representative Sheila Sefilius McCormick, who had to resign because she faced charges of looting COVID funds to pay for her campaign. And before they could toss her out, she resigned. Debbie Wasserman Schultz's district has been altered, the 25th, by the redistricting in Florida. So instead of looking at some of the other districts, what does Debbie do? I guess the calculation, maybe, I don't know, wasn't in her brain, thankfully. But maybe the calculation was, who can I pick on? Who will give me the least pushback? Or who can I take advantage of to maybe, I don't know that this is the calculation. Who is going to give me who will give me the least problems when I gerrymander their district? And she picked the black people. I know. I'll run with... Oh, don't say that, James. You almost came close. She said that she planned to run for re-election in a majority-minority district. Black Democrats in Florida are upset. But what does she care? The district is majority-minority, meaning more than half its residents are black or Hispanic. I will drag her, says Luther Campbell. Now, that sounds a little bit violent to me, but, you know, your brother might be upset here. Luther Campbell is known as Uncle Luke from 2 Live Crew. He's running. You never heard of 2 Live Crew? Carlos, how can you not? This is hip-hop history, my friend. 2 Live Crew. 2 Live Crew, the Florida cops tried to arrest them on stage for their lewd performance. They were saying words. This was back in the days when you used to be able to say what NWA stood for. The rap group. But it was back in that day. Luther Campbell from 2 Live Crew, a hip-hop group from the 80s and 90s, is an activist, music producer, former youth and high school football coach. He said last week, it's appalling for Debbie Does Dolezal to even think about running in that district. I will drag her. And you know what's going to happen, he said? The relationship between the Jewish community and the black community will be over at that moment. You see, Mrs. Washman Schultz is Jewish. And in response to some of the criticism, Debbie Does Dolezal says she sees herself as a unifying figure with a proven record of helping diverse... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I wish I could do this in the language of the old South. I help y'all, Nick. I'm a good massa. I try to help all my niggas. She went there. I try to help those people. Yeah. This is hysterical. But here's the thing. Have you heard the NAACP come out? It's Hakeem Jeffries demanding boycotts of something or another because Debbie, white person's trying to move into a black district and take it over. What will the NAACP do about this? Every day. Oh, when she made the announcement on video, she had an Obama poster behind her so people could see an Obama post. I mean, you just talk about the pandering has already begun. We'll be back. Don't go away.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
In the streets, she is giving these people needles with our tax money. We are stopping that. We're not giving needles and tourniquets and alcohol wipes. And I'm pretty sure a story's coming out. I've assumed it, but this could be breaking news. I think some arrests are coming where the same people that are giving needles are also giving drugs. So not only are the people that we're giving our tax money to give these poor addicts the needles, they're also giving them the drugs. So we're going to stop this. There's no more of this. And they go, oh, how are you going to do it? We're just going to enforce the laws like every other functioning city. I don't know what Mayor Bass and I don't know what's going on here, but we have a lot of laws that make it so all these things people are doing, they're not going to do it anymore.
That was Spencer Pratt suggesting that some of these NGO people handing out Karen Bass needles might be arrested for drugs. Here comes a story out of from KTLA. Former LA homeless outreach worker accused by feds of fentanyl trafficking. 42-year-old Culver man worked with the homeless advocate nonprofit, accused by the feds of possession with intent to distribute fentanyl. LA police officers saw methamphetamine in plain view in his car. Additional searches of his BMW resulted in the seizure of 142 grams of fentanyl and nearly 46 grams of meth. He was in possession of first aid supplies, syringes, and a sharp container used for disposing needles. Agents also displayed business cards bearing Johnson's name for PATH. People Assisting the Homeless, a Los Angeles nonprofit partially funded by the city. James Golden and Snerdley. Okay, let's. I have some longer cuts. Folks, I'm going all over the place. We got Mondami is ticked off. ICE is arresting people. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to do this one before the break. I was going to play a soundbite, but no, I have to do this story. I told you a lot of stuff breaking. Disney, the rodent kingdom. Disney is now asking the Federal Communications Commission to consider whether the television program The View should be exempt from its statutory equal time requirements. In a recent filing with the FCC, Disney argues that The View qualifies as a bona fide news show under the law. They compared it to Sunday public affairs programs like Meet the Press or Face the Nation. So, that being the case, if the FCC would grant this, that means, of course, that no one could harangue ABC and The View over their strictly partisan behavior with guests, which is 99% having liberals on the show. I'm saying 99. I don't know the actual percentage, but it's high. I will tell you something. If they give The View a bona fide news status, every single talk show on talk radio ought to apply for the same thing. It is a talk show. It is a gab fest. It is not a news show. Snerdley here. Don't go away.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was on, I guess he has some kind of new show, Alex Jones, following the election results that rolled in for Thomas Massie. So let's put the three of that together. MTG, Alex Jones, and Thomas Massie. And this is what was said by MTG.
We just watched Thomas Massie's election. I'll say it rigged and stolen. I have no problem saying that. I don't care who attacks me over that. I know what I saw happen, and I think the country knows what they saw happen, and nobody can deny it. And that's what everyone is talking about ever since it happened on Tuesday, is that this is all too extraordinary to be believable. And Ed Gallerin, which is basically a warm body pumped up by money from Israel, with a Donald Trump rubber stamp on his forehead, somehow won an election with a historic turnout. No, I'm not buying it, and I don't think anyone else is either.
Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene with Alex Jones. James Golden, Snerdley, problems men have, eh? Let me just go back to this story from The View for a moment, folks. Indulge me, please. This is just, to me, almost unbelievable. After all these years of The View being on, all of a sudden, Disney claims that The View somehow qualifies as a bona fide news program, like a Meet the Press or Face the Nation. The chairman of the FCC, Brendan Carr, said in a social media post today that the FCC is going to look for public comment on the Disney petition. And so you can weigh in if you choose to. All of you can weigh in. And ask, what is The View? And answer, is The View a bona fide news interview program? They would like your comments from the public. And Brendan Carr further says, under FCC case law, TV shows do not qualify as bona fide news if their decisions are based on partisan purposes, such as an intention to advance or harm an individual's candidacy. As the public notice observes, Congress originally passed the Equal Opportunity Law to prevent media gatekeepers from deciding the outcome of election. The law doesn't prohibit anyone from having any candidate appear on the show. Rather, Congress intended to empower voters with more information to encourage more speech. So there you have it. You can weigh in whether The View is or is not a bona fide news program. Now, maybe you have heard this report of this woman, Maureen Galindo, who's running in Texas, and she has been accused of saying some things that are just outrageous. But she's not the only one. You got the guy, Graham Planter. He's coming under a lot of scrutiny for remarks he made, especially remarks wishing that a veteran who served his country, got a Purple Heart, shot 4 times by the Taliban. Planter said this guy had deserved to die, and that guy's speaking up with. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to listen first to a news report about the candidates that are running into some of the troubles. That's cut 19, and then play cut 20 right afterwards. Well, I'll take it afterwards. From Maureen Galindo, this woman down in Texas, because she is upset with the way her story is being reported. Here's the way Fox covered these Democrat, and not all Democrat, because there's one Republican in there, Democrat candidates, and the problems that they're having.
Graham Plattner in Maine, Abdul El-Sayed in Michigan, Republican Senate candidate Dan Bilzerian in Florida, and Texas Democrat congressional candidate Maureen Galindo, all taking heat for the anti-Semitism they've been spewing. The Democrat Galindo, who I just mentioned, threatened to jail, quote, American Zionists in ICE detention centers. Here's House Speaker Mike Johnson on it.
They are electing and sending people through these primary processes to run for Congress who are openly about Marxists and anti-Semites and have crazy positions on all these really important issues facing the country.
Congressional correspondent Bill Malugin on Capitol Hill. Bill.
Harris, good morning to you. We've all seen it at this point. Anti-Semitism has been creeping into politics big time. There has been blatant, open, outright hatred directed towards Israel. That's from elected officials and candidates for office alike. And we just saw one of the most egregious examples of that this last week. There's a Democrat in Texas named Maureen Galindo. She's running for Congress in Texas's 35th district. Well, she posted on Instagram that if she gets elected, she will imprison American Zionists in an ICE detention center. Then she doubled down on that in another video. Take a listen.
If you are a Zionist, meaning that you believe that you are just entitled to land, or someone's just entitled to land based off of religious beliefs, and that you'll kill all of the Semites for it, then yeah, I think that you're a danger to humanity and belong in prison.
Congressional Democrats were quick to condemn her over those comments.
The idea that we have a candidate on the ballot, a Democrat, on the ballot talking about internment camp for Jews in America. I mean, I can't believe we got here.
Then there's Democrat Chris Rabb, who won his runoff election for Congress in Pennsylvania this week. He had previously said the Bondi Beach massacre of Jews celebrating Hanukkah in Australia was a false flag orchestrated by Zionists. Then there's Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner. He's been all over the news recently. He sparked controversy over a past literal Nazi tattoo, also his prior admiring of Hamas ambush tactics against Israeli soldiers. Then on the Republican side of the aisle, Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie made this comment after he lost his primary election on Tuesday night.
To call my opponent and concede, and it took a while to find Ed Galrein in Tel Aviv.
Gentlemen, so that was what we have from that report. The Democrats, obviously, Democrats are just really beside themselves. Some of them, I don't know, we've seen this problem growing for ages and ages and ages. So is anybody truly surprised? We've seen it. Now, cut 20 is this woman from Texas, Maureen Galindo, and this is what she posted after people have been commenting on her words.
I'm sorry to all journalists if I missed your email or social media message. It got lost in a wave of hundreds of death threats and the most vile things. I'm in Texas. I know MAGA. This is worse than MAGA. That's because MAGA and Zionism is religious overtaking of government. Okay, but this is the message I'm just sending out in bulk. I never said I want Jews in internment camps. Literally never said it. I said I want to close all detention centers, all ICE detention centers, and put billionaire American Zionists who are funding the genocidal prison systems involved in trafficking into prison. If they committed a crime, do they not belong in prison? The internment camps comment was made up by a journalist here who literally wants me dead. Who literally, I believe, wants me dead. The DCCC coordinated all this because they want their billionaire Zionist-backed cop candidate. The PR guy for the deadliest jail in all of Texas. And I'm getting comments, I'm getting messages from people who've been there too. And I'm against all internment camps and would like to see them all shut down ASAP, starting with the many in South Texas. And also this PAC that's spending a whole bunch of money on my campaign, I literally know nothing about it. I know nothing about it. I just keep continuing my grassroots efforts as I've been doing, maintaining my autonomy, my independence. This is why they're going after me so hard, because I'm not owned by anybody. And then also for people who are all the people who are supporting and asking where to donate, Act Blue shut down my donation tab for a journalist making up this on me, and so I'm making a new.
Yeah, so it's everybody's fault, not hers, and there she is. Now, I'm looking at the clock, and if we get into this Graham Plantner thing, it'll take us, so maybe we'll just hold on to that for tomorrow. I want to leave you with, I'm looking at the clock again, because I'm trying to determine if we have enough time for... Okay, we may have. You have been hearing for years about how bad Portland, Oregon is. I want you to listen, Carlos, this is cut 25, to a business owner in Portland tell you the situation there, and this mirrors other blue cities everywhere. Let's get to it quickly so we have time to listen to it. A Portland business owner, Portland, Oregon. This is what life is like owning a business in Portland, Oregon, blue city of blue cities.
And I have to be honest, I have never felt so unsafe in this city. A few months ago at our bar, there's a group of people that will descend. We have to shut down all the time. 45 people. 2 women in the group started breaking glass in our bar, stabbing each other. Our bartender called us. We pulled up the security cameras live. She was screaming. Blood splattered on the security cameras. The police came. No name was taken. No report. No accountability. And it's not an isolated incident. We've had people that have been 86. They come back with guns in hand, standing a foot off of our sidewalk for hours every single weekend. Every single weekend. Our staff is terrified. We've endured break-ins, vandalism. We've been held up by gunpoint. And it feels like no one is coming. What is going to happen? How is this acceptable? We need more trained police officers. We need them, like a ton. We are small business owners. We are the heartbeat of Portland, and we are hanging on by a thread. And within weeks, all I see is the coffee shop leaving. Everybody's leaving. I'm like, where are you going? We're leaving Portland. We're out of here. This is seriously life or death. For our employees, for our customers, for my family. If my husband or one of our bartenders ends up killed, or a customer, who is going to be accountable for this? For the first time, we are seriously talking about leaving Portland, selling the building we own, a legacy we have hoped to pass to our children. But at this point, I don't even know if we could sell it. I mean, nobody can sell commercial property right now. It's ridiculous. This is not politics. This is an emergency. We are out of time. We needed help yesterday. We need help or we are going to die.
We simply don't have enough police. In the private sector, we are spending tons on private security. And if it went away, it's the equivalent to losing almost 200 officers. There is not a thriving region in this country with a dead or dying downtown.
The losses are mounting and have been ignored for way too long. We are now at a tipping point. People can go anywhere to find a chain restaurant or retail. Locally owned businesses used to be the main attraction for Portland, but these days they are a rarity. The climate to run a business in Portland has become increasingly difficult, especially during the past 5 years.
The amount of illegal and unsafe behavior we have to deal with on a daily basis at our Portland locations is unacceptable. I simply don't understand how the city has become numb to this idea of Portland really isn't that bad. As a local business owner with my time, I'm going to give a few examples of what apparently is really not that bad. Most recently, once the Oasis Day Camp has opened on Northwest Broadway, the already rampant crime from the nearby
Get out of
TBI
this one right now, because you heard what I wanted you to hear. It is a nightmare, and we've all known this. Portland is a nightmare. It's a wreck. Look at what's happening in L.A. Look what's happening in New York in some places. Look what's happening in almost every single blue city across the United States where Democrats run. Folks, this is insanity. It is total insanity. James Golden, Snerdley, don't go away. Coming right back.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You may recall me mentioning that the FCC is looking for comments from the public on The View and whether it should be regarded as a bona fide news program. First comment, I hope she sent it to me. I hope she sent it to the FCC, comes from Lady Benedict. And she says, The View's no better than a stitch and bitch club with a bunch of Karens. They're not a bona fide news show. Okay. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the clip of the day. We have the candidate being interviewed, running for mayor, Spencer Pratt in L.A. Here he is.
Public safety is a main factor in my whole success as mayor. After 8 years of mayor, I will have made L.A. the safest city in the United States of America. That's my goal. With that, there's so much opportunity. Hollywood will come back. Restaurants will stay open. Small businesses will have a chance. Hotels will come back. Tourism. Everything predicates off of safety. If you don't have a safe, functioning city, nobody can live in it. And that's what's happening right now. That's why I'm resonating. That's why I'll probably win on June 2nd. I don't think this goes to November. People are that fed up. It's not political parties. Democrats are all my supporters. All the lunches I go to, all my fundraiser events, it's all Democrats. So they keep trying to put me in these other boxes I don't represent anybody but Los Angeles citizens that are fed up, that want their tax money to actually make them feel safe, not go through potholes, have the street lights work, have sidewalks that actually exist, not covered in human poop and urine and fentanyl needles with naked zombies naked drug addicts.
He had another one.
The gays are with me. I have the entire gay vote, period. So I think she missed her, everyone's missing who's voting for me. The only people that aren't are the socialists, the lunatics, and the communists. But any normal functioning brain that doesn't want to step in human poop when they get their matcha is voting for me, which is a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
You said most of you probably never heard of Chelsea Handler, so here's an introduction.
Well, anyway, they moved on from there. I thought you might like to. We're going to hopefully have some more about that race tomorrow, among other races. Look, folks, it's time for us to start packing it in for the day. And for the weekday, we have, of course, tomorrow. I want to leave today with a songwriter, a lyricist. Today is the birthday of Bernie Taupin, one of the greatest lyricists of the 20th century and moving on into this one. You know him, English lyricist, poet, singer, Elton John's longtime collaborating partner. Also, he's worked with Rod Stewart, Cher, The Motels, John White, Starship, Alice Cooper. All of those people have recorded his songs. Some of his songs: Crocodile Rock, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, I Guess That's Why They Call It the Blues, Philadelphia Freedom, Rocket Man, Someone Saved My Life Tonight, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word, We Built This City on Rock and Roll is one of his. Your Song. Happy birthday to the great Bernie Taupin. It's time for us to take off for the day. May God bless and protect each and every single one of you, your families, and your loved ones. Love and gratitude for your being here with me, allowing me to be with you. God willing, we are back tomorrow in the morning for for the Saturday morning extravaganza, bright and early 7 a.m. In the meantime, my friends, I bid you adieu. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. You can hear Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour weekdays at 4 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?